All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and I do like video games. And in today's video, we are here on Steam Deck to take a look at The Last of Us Part One. I'm gonna do a couple Steam Deck videos over the next few days, maybe, here on the channel, just because I know the Steam Deck Winter Sale, or not the Steam Deck Winter Sale, the Steam Winter Sale. That's where my mind's at right now. The Steam Winter Sale is in full force right now. And so I know a lot of people are looking at those deals, wondering what they should get. And I also know a lot of people are on Steam Deck and they're looking at those deals. And I'm speaking from experience of going through that Steam Winter Sale and wondering what games should I get. Because one thing that's pretty confusing, and not always the best part of having a Steam Deck, is the fact that you'll see a game and it'll say it's verified. Then you play it, you find out it runs horribly. Just like vice versa, you see a game that is unsupported, you play it, and you find out this runs great. It's totally fine. So I figured I'd make a few videos based on some games that I own that are more popular in the Steam Winter Sale right now. Just so if people are looking at those games, they have a reference point that they can use to decide, hey, should I get this if I plan on playing it? Mostly on my Steam Deck. You can look at my display options here. I have it set to 720p. We are docked at the moment. Otherwise, if it was native on the handheld itself, it would be 800p. But because we're on a monitor, it's 720p right now. VSync is off. I turned that off. And that's just based entirely on recommendations off of ProtonDB's website. For the best settings for this game, they recommend turning off VSync. So I have it off. Scaling mode, I don't have on FSR3 right now. We will be checking that out, but right now this is native 720p. Everything else is pretty unimpressive. Graphics low pretty much across the board, with a few exceptions like screen space shadows quality set to high, dynamic screen space shadows are turned on, screen space reflections on, set all this stuff to 10. Ultra depth of field quality, and I have my depth of field only running in cinematic. So you know, if the cinematic runs at 24 fps, it doesn't really matter. It's a cinematic, it looks good. But for the most part, pretty much everything's set to low. But let's hop in to the game itself. The game I have downloaded on an SD card right now. It is not on the internal NVMe SSD for the Steam Deck. In fact, most of my games, there's only like one or two games I have on my internal SSD, but most of my games on Steam Deck run off of the micro SD. And most of the games I play run completely fine, no issues whatsoever. I haven't played much of this on Steam Deck, I'm going to be real with you. I played maybe the first 10 minutes of it. The rest I played on my PC. So we're going to have a fun time here. You can see we are loaded into the game right now. Remember, native 720p, no upscaling involved right now. We're at 26 FPS. And what's actually pretty convenient about this is I think this is probably a pretty good test for this, because this is probably a pretty intensive area considering all the rain effects and everything. You're in a big kind of open area right here, as you can see. We'll see how it holds up. And keep in mind, I will be experimenting. You know, I'll put on FSR 3. I'll even try frame generation on here and see what that's like. In fact, let me actually get, let me get this menu up for you here so you can actually see some more in-depth detail. So you can see 33 FPS. You might hear some crackling in the game. I don't know how to fix that. I've played this on Steam Deck a little bit before. And it is a known issue with this game. And a lot of people say switch your Proton compatibility. But the Proton they suggest is not available, or at least I can't find it. So I just have it set to Proton Hotfix right now. And it's not as bad as it was, but the crackling audio is nonetheless still there. So just a heads up on that. You will have some crackling audio. And as far as I can tell, that is from heavy CPU usage. Because heavy CPU usage does cause that on Steam Deck. And this is a pretty CPU intensive game. It's a pretty intensive game just in general. But it is verified on Steam Deck. Which is what I mean when I say, you know, sometimes a game is verified and like this runs fine. Like runs fine. But there's still some issues with it that are just kind of
Let's not stick around.
not ideal. But you could totally play it if this was the only way you had to play Last of Us, you could totally play it and it would be fine.
These guys died waiting for backup.
Yeah, that like loud
fall apart.
thunder in the background.
Watch your
It's
head.
just, it's all crackly. It's not ideal, I'll tell you that. And maybe somebody watching in the comments, if you have any like recommendations on what Proton to use, because I saw it was like a lot of people recommended like 9-03, I think, but I could not find 9-03. So I'm kind of stuck using this Proton hotfix at the moment, which was the second one that was recommended that I saw.
Give me a hand with this.
Oh, damn. I forgot about that. Shoot him. Let's go. It's wild. Things like that I kind of forget about, even though I beat this game multiple times at this point.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm actually going to turn on FSR right now. Okay, well, that definitely shot us up a little bit. We went from low 30s, high 20s in that room back there to like 36, but now we're back down to 30. So again, there's only so much the CPU in this machine can do.
Oh boy.
And in a CPU intensive game, like you can turn on upscaling, but it's not going to help a ton when it's not
Look,
very GPU limited. And to be fair, the game is quite taxing on the
See if
GPU
there's
as
a
well.
way
You can
through.
see that GPU is sitting at about 89 to 95% usage at any given time. I'll also say,
come on, big guy.
yeah, you can tell the FSR's on. Although it's not terribly jarring. You know, granted, also it is FSR 3. So it is the newest iteration of FSR.
Clickers?
Go.
I remember playing this for the first time and that just absolutely terrifying me. Being mortified by this. But now, I'm just like, hey bud, let me get up here behind you and absolutely murder you, please. You piece of shit. Oh, damn. Shoot. I wasted a bullet, but you know, hey, it's how it goes sometimes, right? Alright, here in a second, once we get to, if this is the spot I think it is, and I do believe it is that spot, I'm gonna flip on frame generation and we're gonna put this thing to work, baby. Okay, swap weapon. I don't even like the revolver that much, but whatever. I guess I'll swap the weapon because the game told me to. Alright, FSR3 is on. We are at about 30 FPS standing here. Let's turn on frame generation and see what happens. Now we are at 50 FPS. And there has been some introduced latency. Not ideal, but we're going to make it work. Hello. Hey there, buddy. Go to sleep. Go to sleep there, bud. Take a nap. Little nap. Nothing wrong with that. Oh. Yeah, don't come this way, bud. Just turn on around. Ain't nothing over here for you. Oh my god, I meant to... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's all gone bad. Oh boy. It's all gone horribly wrong. I did not mean for any of this to happen. Oh. Oh shit. I saw ammo back here. Give me that. Oh, headshot. There we go. Bit more action-packed than I would have liked there, but hey, we did test out that frame generation, I guess.
Come on down.
I will say, with that latency, it wasn't ideal. It was not ideal. Because you see what's happening is the game is rendering at like 30 FPS, but it's using frame generation to interpolate frames onto it. So instead of the 30 FPS you'd be getting natively, you're getting now 50, maybe up to 60 FPS. But you're still ultimately running the game at 30 FPS. So yeah, it says 45, 50 FPS, but the latency makes it feel like you're playing a 30 FPS game. So it looks smoother, but it doesn't feel smoother. Whereas in an ideal scenario with frame generation, like on a PC, for example, you'd be playing the game at above 60 FPS, and then you turn on frame generation to hit like 100, 120 FPS, or whatever. And the game would feel very smooth as a result. I will say the crackling audio has either gotten better, or maybe I'm just not noticing it as much anymore. It's still there, but maybe I'm getting used to it. I don't know. But it's not distracting me the way it was earlier, which is nice. But before I continue and keep playing for my own personal benefit, I am going to stop the video here. I'm going to get this edited, get it uploaded so you guys can check it out for yourself. Like I said, I do plan on having a couple of these videos between now and call it the beginning of January. Simply for the fact that, you know, like I mentioned, Steam sale is going right now. A lot of people on Steam Deck browsing through the Steam sale, they see a game that says verified, and little do they know, maybe it doesn't work that great. Maybe it works fine. In the case of Last of Us Part 1, I'd say it's fine. It's not good. It's certainly not great. But it's not horrible. And it's not bad. It's fine. If this was the only way for you to play Last of Us, you could totally play Last of Us like this, and it would be fine. Keep in mind, Last of Us did come out on PS3 as a 30 FPS game, and it didn't always hit 30 FPS. So it's not too dissimilar in that sense, though that being said, it probably looks a little bit better here because it is a remake. Even on the lower settings, it probably looks a little bit better here. But that's Last of Us Part 1. I plan to do a few more videos, but also leave a comment down below. If you have anything you want to say about The Last of Us, anything you want to say about the video, any feedback, whatever the case may be, leave that in the comments below. Leave a like if you like the video. And if you like this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with it going forward over here on the channel, the best way to do that is consider subscribing. Consider ringing that notification bell because that helps you stay up to date with everything that happens over here on the channel. And it helps promote me in the algorithm, helps push the videos out to way more people. And I always, always, always appreciate that. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.